final series of the day. This should be a big one. We've got running as the Armenians. We got Daut as the Malians Golden Hill. My take is Daut has looked insanely good this tournament. Like
except for the transport houseboat fiasco. But other than that, it was great. Yeah.
Yep. Except for that, which he did explain. It was just because he got tilted at a transport ship, which is perfectly normal. And running, he did. Obviously, he's made it this far. And typically, I love his strategy. But some of the other games, it was maybe a little bit more questionable for me. So I think Daut's a big favorite. He's looked really good.
I think running's going to do a lot of monk stuff in this game. We're going to try and get the fortified churches in the center.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see him playing like a protracted water battle from the get-go. He's kind of an arena clown to some extent. He's going to try and do something in Castle Age, and Daut's going to try and go for the water pressure early, I think.
Well,
I saw, oh man, dude, Barles earlier today cooked up some insane strats. On this one, he just went... He just went Bohemians, and he just walled himself in and said, screw it. I'm like going to let you kill my water, and I'll get Hussite wagons, and I'll win eventually.
Whoa.
He also, on Boundary Brawl with Huns, he did not TC the center. And he won convincingly.
So it's interesting you say that, because Dogao also didn't TC the center on Boundary Brawl. So I wonder if there was some training happening there. Dogao got 3-0'd by Andy, by the way. And Andy looked really freaking good. Like, Dogao didn't look bad. Andy just looked amazing. But at the time, I was super critical. I don't know what you were like when you didn't see the TC in the middle, but I was like, why are you doing this?
No, I was wondering, and then I realized that there's, 3 or 4 rhinos on the outside you can take.
Yeah.
It's fine. And, like, the dumb thing was he was playing against Vivi, and Vivi is, you know how Vivi is. Like, Vivi's sitting there in feudal age, trying to surprise him with scouts, but he's got the stable in the all visibles portion of Boundary Brawl. And then he's still in feudal, and he adds the second stable and a range. So like by the time he gets to his base, I don't know if Vivi had like a surprise Pikachu face or something, but Brawls had everything he needed to counter it. He knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah, it's funny because we have like lived and breathed these maps more than most the players, right? Because we just watch all the time. So I think things like that just super easy to miss. So I mean, you get this far, right? You're running. You probably do want to stick with what has worked for you in the past. And in his 5th game against Baba Rum, which was super nervy from both of them, like you could just tell they were shaking. He did go all in galleys here. So it was mass galleys, 3 dock commitment, fast fletching. But I feel like Daut is probably going to be more along the lines of Barles and some others who probably don't want to play a streamlined water build. They may like more want a fast castle. Maybe they sneak a Vil, build up in the middle or something. I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. He did tell me that he's prepared a lot for this tournament, Daut.
Yeah.
I did, because I asked him about I'm like, what was the dock first strategy on Houseboat then?
Did you ask him immediately after it happened? Or did you ask him
No,
later?
I asked him when he was streaming. Yeah. And he's like, believe it or not, I actually have prepared.
Yeah, I had messaged him right after that game. So I was like, Daut, congrats on the 3-0, because that's the right thing to say. And then he immediately said, stop typing. I know what you're asking next. Stop typing. And explained he got tilted at the transport ship and then forgot his build order. So typical Daut thing. Okay, wow. Daut clicks up fast here. 19 pop click. This has been a bit more standard. This could easily be the water build we were talking about, but...
Well, I think like when you look, it's not just about his strategies. You also have to tailor it towards your opponent. And when you look at a name like Running, you might just assume he's going fast castle.
Yeah, true.
Like, and I don't think Daut went back and watched Running's previous sets. Like, he knows Running. He's played against Running plenty of times. Just going to assume he's going to go fast castle. So he's going to go for some sort of water pressure early. Go to the middle for the gold and even get a forward dock up.
Forward dock is really good if you're up against the galley play because you bring that pressure right to them. And so Daut actually sees the fishing ship. I'm not sure if he was going to
running to the middle
here.
Daut will see him.
Daut is going to see the Vils.
And I don't know if Running spotted him. Yeah, Running's following the footprints. He's like, hang on a second. Where did this? I can see your footprints through the snow. Where did you go?
Well, if you're going to go galleys now, if you're
is.
running, I really think you need to reconsider. Because if you're going to be Vil fighting, and whatever else is about to happen in the middle here, fires are so much easier. And Daut...
Daut just like dipped around the other side.
He did?
Like, I'm going this way.
But you can't tower the gold here, right? Because it's a mule cart, and he could just move.
Yep.
So,
but you can defensively tower your own.
Yeah.
Daut's just going to come forward and try and get a tower in a decent position. I mean, it's going to be hard for both players to afford the ships. Running can only afford 3 galleys, and 2 fire galleys will clear that most of the time.
Well, dude, yeah, like 2 galleys, and then not being able to mass anymore or micro, if Daut knows exactly where your docks are, is brutal for running.
Yes.
A Vil fight. Loom for both. Lots of weak Vils for Daut, in all honesty. Because he did fight initially with no loom. He'll lose one. But he could kill one. And, the pathing there for Running's villager did not do him any favors. And so
there was 3 people in the way.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
It's always tough with the villager fights, right? Villager pathing is not great in the best of times. And suddenly you've got tons of units in front of it, as we see Daut now taking out the fishing ships. Running can only afford, like I said, 3 galleys. And Daut's going to find the villagers retreating too, although he's not going to attack them just yet. There we go.
Okay, so Daut will drop a tower, which might be his only tower. And he's also blocking the crossing, so it'll be more difficult for Running to send more units to the middle.
Daut needs that archer range yesterday if he's going to defend this thing.
Yep. And
this is a rough one, man.
Honestly, it's going to be pretty rough for both, right? Like, well done from Daut to go for the fires, which I think is a little better, but Running went immediately for Daut's fish. So it's not like Daut's going to have fishing eco. And Running is going to attack this tower until Daut's out of stone. So Daut's just going to lose a tower, and then he doesn't have a defensive tower anymore.
And the archer is still miles away.
Yep.
That's going to try and take out these villagers as best he can. He's going to get one. That's actually a pretty good snipe, and then he runs away.
Yeah, that's not bad. But he does lose the one on the shorefish.
Ooh.
And now he's going to lose his final fishing ship. Dude, this is very similar to the Sorakuma Sebastian game earlier. I don't want to say anything more, but if you didn't watch it, you need to.
Okay.
Somehow a base trade on this map. That's all I'll say.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, transport ships were used more than fire ships. Yeah, it was just insanity. And what happened was there was no fish. They both fell into this position where it was just constant fighting over the middle.
Yeah.
So we'll see a bit of the same here. Now, in theory, from what I'm looking at right now, I guess Running is kind of walled up, which is smart. But if Daut could get any archers over the crossing past Running's TC, Running has nothing. No barracks, no range.
I don't know if that should be your objective. Like, unless you find a safe transport ship, it's going to be so tough with the TC right there.
Yeah.
I think, like, just aiming to annoy those villagers would be great. And Daut will get the vision to tell him that, yeah, there's no way across.
The galley play is looking a little bit more realistic right now for Running. He can get the mass up now. Daut's only on 1 fire. Daut's going to try another tower here. I guess hoping that he could put his archers inside the tower, but Running could still, even if this tower goes up, Running could still take gold because there's that gold area behind. So,
yep. Okay, so Daut is pushing the galleys away. He's still moving his archers like he wants to do something with them.
Yeah.
And he might try and like.
I think he is, dude.
Like, ooh, look at how sneaky I am. He's so distracted. I mean, no, he's just looking for more vills coming forward, most likely.
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, Running hasn't repaired his tower yet, and Running in this point in time is not actually mining gold actively because of the garrison. So it's actually kind of nice for Daut that he's been able to put archers inside his tower, and then his villagers can actually mine the resources, unlike Running.
You know what Daut might actually be trying to do? He's tracking the villagers with the archers so he can get value at that demo. He can't see these villagers coming across, though. There's no other reason to have a demo there against the galleys.
Well, what I like...
I think he was hoping for something big.
in theory, if you've got all this land activity, the galley player shouldn't be able to really micro properly. But the demo is kind of a weird one. If he had 2 fires in there, he could hop out right now.
Yeah.
But I think Running's just going to give up the middle. There is gold available elsewhere. If there wasn't gold available elsewhere, that would obviously be a massive change. And maybe this simplifies things for Running. I say that as he's about to lose a villager to a boar. Oh, God, Running. Oh,
he didn't even move it. I was like looking near the TC. He didn't even move it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I was literally just thinking, it simplifies your
game
game plan.
To a Rhino earlier today, so...
How were Harris strats today? Because I know against Cloud they were
not great. Yeah, they weren't fantastic. It was more of like a survive situation.
Survive,
I think he'll
adapt.
pick it up once he's up against better players.
Yeah.
But Jibbatong did have a really good game too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean Jibbatong's he's like a crazy nomad guy, so would have thought that
Jibbatong is the very first ever player in the history of the game to beat a 3K Elo player.
True. I guess that's true. He could put that on his big demo just hit. Big demo just hit, and that's a lot more fires than Running was expecting. He's still bringing in the boar, and then Daut. No way he gets through. Daut is running through with the archers at the same time. Daut, no.
And Daut's like, oh God, no.
The boar is going back. The boar is going back. The TC somehow hasn't killed everything. Daut, how is the TC? Okay, there's 1 archer on 3 HP remaining, but the fires actually did their job. That's the positive for Daut. So he tried to, in the moment where Running was distracted the most, he tried to sneak through there. What a moment.
I mean, it sucks for Daut to lose all of those, but if you think about it, like, how much res did Running lose by having all those villagers idled? Like, and he lost the boar there.
And
it's
the
just
boar.
A mess, right? He's completely, like, bamboozled at the moment. It's not stable at all.
If you would have asked Daut and said, and by the way, this boar might die out here.
Oh, God. 6 HP.
But yeah, if you would have asked Daut, like, okay, you're going to trade those 6 archers, they're going to die in exchange for winning water. He would say, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what it did. Yeah. Which is frustrating for Running. And another weakness of the galleys. Running could click up soon. Daut's already on the way up.
Boar again. He needs to just bring it back. There we go. Nice.
Yeah, that boar wanted to die. That's what, the 3rd time that someone's tried to hunt him, so... Well, the docks are still there for Running, but he's not producing a ton. He does have the 3 galleys over on the right. Almost feels to me like and he's going to be so much later to Castle Age, but it almost feels like he's just going to boom at home and try and come back on water later if he's not producing right now. Kind of hard to say. Daut's in a nice position, faster Castle Age. Bill's in the middle. Nice water control. Also feels like he's going to boom, honestly, because he's not producing any more fires either.
I think it might be boom into, like, castle, like an extra TC, and then maybe focus on stone and get a castle in the center. I mean, you know, at some point Running's going to try and stretch out there.
Yeah.
So it's all about managing the timing for that, right? Like, how much time do you have until Running drops villagers in the center for a castle or a fortified church or whatever?
Can you go siege monk push through the middle right now?
If you're Daut,
If you're Daut, can you do it? Because there's still
100%.
dogs. Okay.
The TC's right there. You have water control.
Yeah. My thought as well.
I mean, add galleys of your own right now. You could do that too. You got wood and gold.
Well, we'll
Control
see.
everything.
Daut doesn't have the stone to drop his TCs right away, so he might want to spend his wood on something else. And he's going to buy that stone so we can get the TCs. But yeah, monastery's up in the middle to snag a relic at least. The monks can also help to convert some ships. But I think probably one of those games where Running's just going to sit back, boom 3 TCs. His goal is eventually to get the castle, Trebs, Imp, reclaim water, something along those lines.
Goes for another dock.
It is surprising.
Thought about it anyway.
Daut has like stopped at 5 fires. Running, like, both players really underproduced the water the last few moments. I was expecting Daut to produce a lot more to ensure that he won the water and took out these docks. And now I think running's like, wait a second, I have a chance to stick around here. I'll add a second dock to keep my other docks alive.
Yeah, it's like less weird to me for running because you can feel like, okay, I've lost the water, I can push back or whatever. For Daut, if you win the water here fully and you have war galleys, like what can they do?
Yeah.
They can't do anything, right? Daut made the mandatory Daut Cav Archer, by the way, which is sitting in the center with the Malians.
Yeah, and he goes 3 TCs, but I think even Daut's like maybe a little surprised that he's seeing more. The one dock's on 83 HP. It doesn't matter how strong it is. You could still produce long term. And now the Armenian player has galley control. And if he could start to use that in some ways, then Daut could have problems economically. That one TC's near the shoreline. So I like the play from running's actually much better than I thought here. He does have enough stone to drop a castle now, but
He's sending the bills. He's interested. He's interested. They're in the TC. That's a big risk.
He's bringing more too. Well, if the galleys are there,
a big risk.
But you can't place the castle on the top of the hill, right? It has to be.
Demo raft from Daut. Where's it going? Into the galleys.
Galleys need to back away. Back away. Oh man, that demo pops out. Like the worst possible spot. Monk goes down. Dude, if there's an opportunity, you see an archer and a cav archer, that might not be enough. Dude, this castle can go up. Daut is nothing. He has no siege. He has no water control. Here come the Vils running. He's going to take the middle.
I mean, Daut is just now realizing that he should probably get back on water. He's adding a second dock. He will have a lot of villagers. And he will have Malians, so the gold lasts longer, which is great. And he's already taken quite a bit of gold here. He has 600 in the bank. So if he needs to temporarily leave this area, he can do it. It's just not going to be fun pushing your way back, especially after you had all of this control and you just kind of gave it up.
Yeah. Now you could just tell if you look back at his economy, that's where all his focus was. He's got farms everywhere, shorefish. The res collected tells that story as well. But could potentially take some pretty big losses here. Still no war galley upgrade. And a couple composite bowmen in the middle could also kill the Vils. Daut might not be able to escape with the 10 or so Vils he has in the middle right now.
But we've got cav archers, though, Tristan.
Of course. Cav archers without bodkin arrow. Daut's favorite. Such a weird spot. I mean, technically, if there's not more pressure in the middle, Daut could also drop his own castle there.
Yeah.
But
he won't have... just hoping that running doesn't pressure him before he has enough stone to do that. And then there's the situation where you only have 9 villagers in the center. If you finally drop a castle and running has a mangonel or whatever, like you gotta, if you want to drop a castle, you gotta do it now.
Dude, this is such a Daut moment because the siege workshop's on the way up.
Oh, demo!
Oh, big demo.
Was a good one. Yep.
And now the fires hop out. Okay, so now running's distracted. This would be your timed out. Drop the castle. The siege is on the way though, dude.
Yeah, I know. This is a Daut castle.
How does this? I genuinely do not understand how.
Because he gets
it
greedy.
Always happens.
I don't think he will now, though. The composite bowmen are there. I don't think he will.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he'll back up. Yeah.
So
running saves Daut from himself.
True.
By adding more units and sending them out early. You almost want to debate him into like
don't make
a bad
anything.
castle foundation.
But if running can get imp with castles in the middle, this could get really interesting. Now, Daut did collect a lot of the gold in the middle, but he's going to lose the relic. We'll have to rely on the gold that he has back at his main base.
He's got 7 tiles. He's fine with Malians for a very long time.
Yeah, and Daut clicks up. Okay, so Daut clicks up. He is starting to take down the docks on the left. The castle that he's just placed protects him from a navy if navy's even a problem from running. So I could see bombard cannons advancing up the hill being the play.
I think it's just like fast fire first.
Yeah.
You fully control the water, so navy will never be an issue, basically. And then you just start to push with... I guess the only question is, like, Trebs are great, yeah, but what's your unit of choice here, if you're Daut?
If running could have somehow kept the water control a little bit more and had a transport or something, or even deny that
Could've been
castle
really
spot.
good,
Just
yeah.
like, if he could get any army over to Daut's side right now, Daut has no
Ooh.
defense.
Castle coming up from running on the shoreline.
He is up,
Okay.
but
I
Daut's
mean,
up faster
it's-
than him.
Yeah, it's kind of a rough position. You can see even the villagers are like standing in the middle of that foundation. It's just so weird at the bottom of the hill. Daut should be able to pressure that back, and then he should be able to cut off all of this stuff behind if he goes for fast fire. It looks like he's actually adding in war galleys with Malians. Weird.
Yeah, I think Malians don't get Galleon.
They don't get bracer. They get galleon, I think. They don't get bracer though.
They don't get Galleon, actually.
Oh, really?
According to
Wow.
Capture. So no Malian Galleon, and then also no Bracer. So it's actually, you're on a clock right now if you're Daut. No Bracer, no Galleon, and then also not having the center control could be really tricky. But running
Do
is
you
like,
think he goes for like a transport ship into light cav or something like that?
That'd be
in the back?
super good.
His food eco still isn't there though.
yeah. I mean, primary thing here is probably chemistry with Trebs. He will take down that first castle from running. But running's kind of okay with giving up that castle because he still has his castle of his own. What running has struggled with is keeping his water control this game. So War Galley needs to come in from him. I think he had clicked it and then he lost the dock, and maybe he's going to lose another dock.
Cilician fleet.
At least he has that. What does that do
And
for
he's gonna have it for his galleys, bro. It gives him an extra range, right?
Yeah, I actually don't even remember what it does for the galleys. I know it's insane for the demos. I know it like falls into the category of must research every single time you play the Civ, but well, range is good. Castle will go down. It's been a scrappy game. I think both players have played cleaner games in the tournament so far.
I think Daut just had a moment there where he could have completely gotten running in a stranglehold, and he got a little greedy and went for extra TCs, which we've never seen before with Daut, ever.
Yeah, back to his comfort zone.
Yep.
Trebs and Bombard Cannon will push the castle. Running's repairing just to hold. I think he knows it'll go down. No stone income for Running's kind of a big deal. He needs to sort that out if he can.
Well, he has very few villagers in the center.
Yeah.
Like, all things considered, he's got, what, 14 vills in the center? Castle now goes down, which means Daut can push out now. He's got the Navy to support him. So he can start ranging the other castle. Composite Bowman, not going to be amazing against bombard cannons or the ships either.
You need...
It's just, the question is, like, what does Daut add in addition to this?
Yeah, and
What
he
is
doesn't
his
have
other
much.
unit?
Like, if Running can get some fortunate Treb shots with his Trebs, he can take down the Bombard Cannons. And the Galleons for Armenians, assuming we get there, should be really strong now. But Daut's got the fast fire. Daut's got the momentum right now. And Running's still not able to afford Galleon. But Running also has to pay super close attention to those Bombard Cannons as Daut advances forward. And Running backs into his Castle Fire, which is good.
His Trebs are getting shot, too, by the cannon galleons. Nice job from Daut.
Ooh.
That's rough. That's really brutal.
Yeah, the
But
composite
the
bowman.
Treb versus cannon galleon? Boom.
Even. Still waiting for like 20 galleons.
Oh, he just missed. Come on, Treb.
Daut, micro.
Boom!
What? How did that
Huh?
not hit? This would be the
Maybe
moment.
they had like a trampoline or something set up on the deck. Boing!
It boings into the eco. It's some random farmer. Yeah, so Daut, realizing he's kind of on the clock with the gold situation, and finally getting his food eco set, he's going to try the light cav route.
Yeah.
I like that he's saving it, but also at the same time, I don't know if Running's even in a good position to really switch his game plan. I think Running can win this game with Composite Bowman and Galleon and Trebs. Straight up. He's getting Galleon now, so this is now very dangerous.
Only if he takes full water control, though.
Yeah. But dude, he's
Like,
got...
running still. He's got a pretty tenuous hold on the center area.
Yeah. He's got
Like,
11
it's one
ships
castle
in
and
queue.
a few composite bowmen. It's,
Oh yeah, and that castle foundation is Daut's. I thought that was maybe Running's.
no. Daut's been waiting. He's not trickle trebbing. He's not trickle bombard canning either.
Oh, man.
Cannoning, bombard cannoning.
I mean, Daut is sending the Vills first, which I would not normally recommend. He's going to lose a lot of ills. He's going to lose a lot of navy, but he does have his trebs there, and there's nothing from running to be able to engage against the siege. The light cav will die. They have no armor, but it's just something. There's too much for running to focus on.
Nice attack round. Oh my god, amazing attack round there from Daut. These things will melt against bomber cannons, and running is not paying attention.
Oh,
he's trying to save his navy.
What a masterpiece from
Daut. And he's got enough siege to take out the castle there from running. So now running is completely off of the middle in a second here.
Yeah.
And Daut will have a position to add another castle to work against those galleons and give himself a better foothold.
Every single fight that Daut just took on water and on land was a bad fight in terms of like KD, but it did everything you wanted to accomplish.
Salad. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, it was perfect.
You mix them up into like a meal, and it's perfect.
It's crazy.
I love
he had
that line
no armor
from you,
there.
like, Daut is leading Vil first.
How
often have we said that?
We've said that so many times. Yeah, if there was worry for Daut here because of the Armenian late game, I think it subsided a little bit, but he does still need to deal with his navy. If running gets to 40 galleons and 4 cannon galleons, can he, or dromans, sorry, can he not just still push back the entire middle, technically? I feel like he should be able to.
I don't think. Daut's going to be out having fires as well, too.
Yeah.
So, like, your dromans have to work away on this side, and then your galleons have to protect them against whatever cannon galleons or whatever, or bomber cannons, and then you have to worry about the fast fires.
And I think Daut needs one landing, or even just in this moment, sending the light cab across into the eco.
Yep.
The second any units show up there, running's got nothing. And I didn't realize running's got 87 bills. Daut's got 130. So crazy eco difference right now.
Yeah, running's got a very steep climb in front of him, and I think he might be out of gold soon, right?
Oh, God. His ship's also... I don't know if he's trying to move one direction or what, but he gets surrounded, and Daut wins. That was an interesting game, right? They both encountered each other in the middle. Both players weren't sure how much they wanted to commit to water, but the one thing Daut committed to was the boom. Well played. He got pushed out of the middle and came back. That's not something we see a lot in this map.
Daut was making trade cogs. I wonder if that was like a get out of my game type of thing, or if it was just probably missed hotkey.
I'm guessing it was a missed hotkey, but he was right next to the enemy's docks.
Yeah.
So you could make an argument that maybe it's worth it. Maybe. But yeah.
Not in terms of resources, but like in terms of like your opponent seeing that and thinking, maybe I should resign.
I think running, he expected that Daut would have completely killed him on water, and maybe he gave Daut too much time to come back on water there. Because Daut delayed the war galley upgrade for the TCs. I think if running had the middle, but also could never allow Daut to redock, Daut without fast fires really struggles in early imp. But yeah, well played there from Daut. I did see the draft, and we will have piece of pizza here. So Daut actually picked it, which is a little surprising against running.
That's good, though. I like it.
Byzantines, Lithuanians. I mean, we've talked about houseboat a lot. Obviously, the water hugely important. We see the Byzantines for the defensive and offensive capabilities with the forward dock. Lithuanians, like on all hybrid maps, really solid. We see them a lot on Graupel because of the ability to get the early docks. Just because you don't need as much on food. You could send more villagers to wood like running's doing here. So I think Lithuanians more flexible in terms of eco. Byzantines, you don't kill them. They kind of have the counters to everything here.
Especially if you get forward docked. It's brutal, right?
Yeah.
Byzantine fire is tough to kill. Byzantine docks, tough to kill. Not as tough as Persians, but still pretty tough to clear out. And it's very, very frustrating. Also, I think one thing that helps Byzantines a lot on this map is town watch and town patrol. I think on houseboat, more than most maps, it's super valuable.
Agree.
Really valuable, because the armies will be coming at you from really weird areas. You're going to have forward docks on your pond and everything. And I think just that extra vision is insane. Just like the Chinese vision with the TC on this map is insane.
Dude, it's so funny how that vision is just enough to make a big difference for houseboat, right? Like,
yeah.
Obviously it helps in other maps, but it feels like it was almost made for houseboat in some ways. But like, to your point on how important town watch is and all that vision, people without the Byzantines are frequently researching Town Watch. They're frequently building outposts on this map for the Vision. So, yeah, to get all that for free is huge. Daut did build a lumber camp here, so he remembered that.
Might find the Vil, but that Vil can just be transported away, so it's not even worth really attacking.
Yeah, agreed.
Now you lose the 1v1 against the Scout. It's not worth it at all.
It's too tempting, though, right? You see the one Vil,
Yes.
you think you can get the snipe. I think the Water Buffalo are important enough to be scouting for those. And you don't need to scout for anyone's gold or wood on this map, because usually if you are going to contest, it's on water. So just know where the water is, where the opponent could be coming from, and then look for the other resources. What were the...
Finding the Water Buffalo is like so valuable here. It's just insane.
Yeah. I honestly, next time Houseboat is in the tournament, I think it's actually one of the best balanced maps we have. But the Water Buffalo are a little bit... They're pretty much just random, right?
Yep.
Everyone seems to find them, but I think I might tweak them like 10%, 15% to even make them more consistent. Just because there are rare occasions where someone gets unlucky, but I mean, if you look for them, Running's finding them all over the map. Daut's looking for them all over the map right now. I think if you have 4 to 6 of them underneath the TC, when your Vils run out of the shorefish, you don't have to ferry the villages across. It's so easy. Sometimes
you just get unlucky as well. Like you're there 2 seconds after your opponent already found the Water Buffalo.
Yeah, true.
Right? Like you just get unlucky. It doesn't matter how balanced they are. If players both scout the same area and one player's a little bit later, it's just unfortunate. They seem fairly consistent though with the way they're spaced.
Yeah, I agree. I like how much scouting is incentivized in different areas of the map here. Like most maps you're looking for their stone, their gold, do they have a barracks? Here it's like you scout the water, you find the other areas you can expand to, and then kind of keep an eye out. But I heard something you said at some cast at some point over the last few weeks, and you seem to feel like was it the first dock needs to go forward, or just any dock forward?
I think the first dock should go forward. I think it should, because that gives you extra. If your villagers get attacked there, you can just transport them away. They're never gonna die.
Yeah,
and it gives you an extra little piece of vision where your opponents might be forward docking you. And you'll have villagers nearby to react.
Yeah, I like it.
If you're gonna put 2 villagers fishing anyway, it might as well be forward, because then you don't have to like make an extra trip from the back all the way to the front. It's just more efficient.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like you said, you can use them defensively, but also if Running wants to send some Vils forward right now, he has them already.
Yep.
So he's headed to double lumber camp the wood, Vils to golds. We'll wait to see if there's Vils forward. Daut's going to go double lumber camp to wood. And probably a couple Vils to golds. But Daut showed that he was pretty comfortable fish booming. Now, his fish booms aren't as pretty as your average fish boomer or Black Forest player. They're pretty messy, actually. But they got the job done previously. So even with Byzantines, he might just choose to just stay at home and not be aggressive. I think if you do that, and then you sneak a dock up in Castle when your ships can be upgraded, like that's where the real killer blow could happen.
Just whatever you do, don't open just one galley on your own pond, because if your opponent sends 2 Vils forward, you're never denying the dock.
Agreed.
Even if they send 1 Vil forward, it's like so rare, and then you gotta add a fire, and then it's just a big mess.
Dude,
Daut's gonna go for a dock at the front of his pond. Okay.
Yeah, so Daut, I think, is playing defensive, and if his opponent shows up, he'll make ships. I think Running's doing the same thing, which I think is this is going to be the meta leading up towards the finals. I think a lot of players aren't going to go forward, but yeah. So
what civ you have, right? Like Byzantines, this is really good because you get full vision with Town Watch.
Yeah. So something that was so funny to me, to your point about the galley denying docks, right? So I was watching. You were casting Samara versus El Matador early rounds.
Yep.
And Matador had a galley. I think he even had 2. And then Samaro came forward with like 6 Vils and just YOLO'd down a dock. And then it was immediate panic for Matador, right? And then I forget who Matador played next round, but Matador won that. And his opponent had like 2 to 3 galleys. And he brought like 8 Vils and did the same thing. And it was so clear that he was like, this happened to me, I'm going to do it to this guy. It was so funny.
Hey, Slam, remember how we were talking about that big pond Slam should have fish boomed in Growlpool?
Yeah?
He did fish boom today, or tried to.
Okay.
In Growlpool, and the small, in tiny, like the tiniest little pond. It's like he didn't get a big one.
Ah, shoot.
He tried to do it. It didn't work out, though.
Well, so they're both in feudal. They've both been waiting for the other, right? Running's like, where is he? I thought he was going to come try and dock me. He's Byzantines. And then Daut kind of the same. And so they're both up to 8 fishing ships for now. Daut is going to add a barracks, which Running will see. I don't think you necessarily need to be too worried about that if you're running, if you're walled up, which he is. So just a passive feudal age into castle age. But like castle age is when sneaking the docks, right when your opponent's investing into fish traps and they think they're fine, that's where you could still actually do it. So I wouldn't hate Daut try that in some way.
It's very peaceful, this game.
It really is. It's like a community game start here. No kills. I guess there's no random chat or diplomacy issues, but
if Running's gonna have 11 fishing ships, like I want to see some sort of defense, a little bit more than what he's got. There's ways for Daut to, like, no town watch, nothing, just a random scout patrolling here. If those docks come up, like, it's gonna be too late.
And
by the time they're already up,
I would love to see a couple houses or outposts with
and
town
he lost
watch.
the scout.
Dude, if there was ever an opportunity for Daut to do exactly what we've been talking about, this would be it, after killing that scout. Now, he doesn't necessarily know everything that we know, but, dude, there is just nothing. No defense. And he's going to have to spend all of his wood to fish trap, too. Daut did drop a stable. Honestly, I think this might just be for scouts, just for adaptive, boomy play, because Byzantines are going to love the late game. And Daut's kind of checking the shoreline here. And he's probably like, why would I not bring villagers forward?
He's sending 3 vills forward.
Yeah.
Which is good. We've been talking about that. You don't send 1.
Yep.
You might send 2, but you should probably send 3.
Dude, Running, please don't let this happen.
It's going to happen.
Please don't let this happen. It's like, it's so obvious. It's precisely what we've been talking about. He wants to go for Latus on the back of a fish boom, which I think is a good
He's scouting
move.
with the transport. He's like, oh, no, nothing there.
Nothing there.
Better
No
come back.
way, dude. Come on. Oh, and now he's checking the other side. Oh, God.
Oh, there's nothing up top there. Is there anything down low over here? Nope.
Oh.
I'm safe. I'm so... And he's setting up the fish traps.
He's so
now,
dead.
Tristan. Oh,
He's dead.
God.
He's so dead. Like, he is unlucky because he did check with the transport. But also, this is what we talked about. Vision, outpost, house. A house on each area of the shoreline and town watch, and he sees it.
Oh, he's dropping off the vills?
I think he wants a TC there, and now he's like, uh-oh. Oh. Yikes.
He's so done, dude.
Oh, castle.
Castle, though. Wait a sec.
What?
Hang on. Did he know that the docks were there?
No, I mean, he certainly...
Or is this just like an adaptive play?
Totally adaptive. I mean, this would take out the docks, but he also could lose his vills. building the castle. Let's see. Dude, if Running can get himself out of the situation...
Demo from Daut could kill 4 vills.
Yeah, but you want the fires to do some long-term things here. Also, the house is going to go down for Running.
Oh, transport ship dying there is horrible.
Oh, God. Well, castle will go up, actually.
And the castle goes up, but the transport died, which means the TC is basically, like, idled.
It's a research
until
TC.
Running makes another one, yeah.
Yeah, just get wheelbarrow, get town watch while you're at it. You can garrison the TC to kill the fires. I mean, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. You could still get to the TCs up if you're Running. It's likely you're going to be okay because Daut is not going to invest much more into water, it seems. He's still doing a lot of damage.
Needs to go over and kill those fish traps. That's a big investment there that you can kill right now. And he can see them, too.
Yeah, surprising.
He's just, like, trying to pick away at the gold
think
villagers with the fires right now. He probably just patrolled in.
He's adding TCs. He's ferrying his own villagers across.
Yeah, he's doing other stuff.
You don't have... Daut's like, really efficient with his speed, but multitasking maybe a little less. Another's really tough map. I think running's gonna hold. I mean, not the prettiest fish situation, but
that was
well done.
A very good castle placement.
Yep.
Very, very unique to just put it on the forward docks and kind of neutralize that. We thought Daut would be completely killing all of the eco from running. And to be fair, he still is killing quite a few fish.
Yep. You could tell Daut's realized now, and I mean, that's going to delay any potential fish boom. And probably won't see a fish boom now.
Here come the latest, though. Daut needs to retreat, running. Couldn't find those villagers in time. And Daut has a monk that's chasing.
Nice shot from Daut. 6 fishing ship kills. I think he'll take that. Daut is walled up. And look at Daut's perspective and just see everything he can see with the Byzantines. So smooth. Yep. Just makes your life easy, man. Which is half the battle in Tourney Age of Empires. You know the play's going to be great. Oftentimes games can come down to 1 or 2 things that people miss.
Especially on Houseboat. Making your life easy is good.
Oh, man. Running just passing by that monk. Didn't see that one. I think he's feeling the pressure right now to try and find some damage with the Latis. And Daut will have a couple extra monks out. He can always make the cheap camels as well. And he's pretty well protected. The only area he's really exposed is in the very back of his base. But I don't know if running will ever make it back there.
I mean, even if Daut's going to have 5 business days to realize those latest are coming back over here.
Yeah, true.
Right? Because of the vision from the Byzantines. So if Daut doesn't wall these off, I would be stunned.
Also, Daut's going to get 2 relics. Another monk walking by. And so I agree. It was good adaptation from running. I think initially he wanted to build the TC where he built the castle. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that saved him on water a little bit. But he still took damage. Daut's on 4 town centers right now, and the Latis can't do anything.
I think it's time to delete the one in the middle.
If you're Daut?
He's kind of stubborn sometimes, though. He might not do it.
I think that should research wheelbarrow and handcart, and then you delete it.
True. Yeah.
So that should be the research CC. But honestly, Daut doesn't quite have the food. He's just now going to drop the fish traps, needs to drop some farms.
It's a tough one to make, though, adjustment to make, though, when you're used to hitting select all TC instead of hotkeyed TCs. To just keep one for researches, like, I don't know, dude. I just get it out. Just delete it.
You're absolutely right. So I saw a game where the player the opponent had like 3 fire ships and around and just lurking around the TC, and there was no transport, of course. And you could watch them. I think it was Amalius or Antagonist or someone. He would like cancel the 5 vills he had in queue in that TC, and then 3 seconds later, 3 more vills would get queued, and then he'd be like, shit, and he would cancel. It was just never ending. It was so freaking funny.
5th TC for Daut, and he's still transporting villagers from the middle one. He's actually doing, like, as slow in quotation marks as he is, he's actually doing it more frequently than most players do.
Yeah.
He's actually keeping up. Atonement now here for running, which is interesting, but I guess Daut does have 5 monks. And he's trying to convert the latest, so running is going to go for atonement. I don't know if I agree with that one.
Well, I mean,
seems weird.
I think it can work once really well. If Daut has all his monks together, expecting a big group of Latis, you can just convert all those monks and start a snowball. Daut is just kind of... He certainly had the better boom here. He does have 5 TCs, like we said. It's going to be tough for him to be surprised. He's going to stone wall, like... Running needs something. So
now he's fish booming too. Daut is omega booming, man.
Yeah.
Like he is really, really producing here.
I love Daut.
Now he's buying stone and he's gonna get a castle up. Damn.
Like Daut fish traps, but they're not like perfectly centered all the time. And Daut's already a very relatable individual, I think, for a lot of people. And for me, I can't fish boom for my life, so always makes me feel a little bit better.
No, that's not relatable for me at all. Oh, monk train is starting. Okay.
You got one,
inside the TC.
And now Daut knows.
For me, it's like, it's super disappointing. I'm super disappointed in myself if I don't place the fish traps perfectly. So it actually bothers me when people don't put them perfectly. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't disappoint me because I'm used to it.
I've seen your farms, dude.
Yeah, I just don't have time to focus on a couple tile differences.
I've seen your farms.
All right, castle's up for Daut. Actually wondering how much gold he has. I guess he just has the 4 tiles in the very back. And then the area underneath his castle. Which is fine. And so Atonement, I don't know if it really paid off there for running. And he's going to be feeling a little behind in the boom. And also, it's always a tough feeling if you don't have any relics right now. And you're Lithuanians. Yep. So, oh my god.
42 on food for Daut here.
Look at Daut. Is he going to get away with that relic in the south?
I've been watching that monk. Daut was like blending in long enough. Like he was sitting there for a very long time, pretending like it was normal that he was there. And
Come
now
on,
he's just
Running.
gonna walk away.
Oh, Running's probably looking at the other monk, looking at his latest, adding some farms, adding some fish traps, and the monk is just passing through, dude.
There is another monk with Atonement waiting though.
Oh,
maybe.
I think Daut sees it though. Oh, yeah, Running definitely saw. Running definitely saw that. What? Man, Running is just. I mean, we've covered him for many years now, and you know, players.
And
dip.
now he notices. Now he notices right as he's out of range. Oh my god.
Running's reactions have just been a little bit slower than what I typically see. You know.
Yeah.
It could just be maybe not quite in shape. Maybe it's, you know, there's other factors. Who knows? But Daut's gonna have 4 relics now.
Dude, look at the res collected advantage here already.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's insane, bro. Like
it's
Daut can
ridiculous.
boom with the best of them. He's kept that TC going in the center, even though he didn't need to. A lot of people would have deleted that. He's got the fish traps up. 2 camels now converted, but he's got monks behind as well, so managed to kill the monks. Although Byzantine healing.
True.
Jesus.
Daut really
going
needs.
at it.
Daut is in the perfect position as long as he doesn't take a really bad fight. He's completely fine. Feels like he's ramping up for a forward castle. Running is as well. Running's going to be happy to meet in the middle here. 10 seconds away from Imp is Daut. And I'm not sure about that one, Running. You don't have many upgrades. Camels are going to be fine there. I guess he sees the camels don't have upgrades, but there's the Byzantine healing and a castle from Running, but he loses all of his latest. And he taps out. I mean, so far, game 1 was obviously very messy, but we talked about Running's potential to boom. And we thought maybe that's probably why Running picked this map, right? But Daut just outboomed him. Daut's like, we could do the clowny stuff all day. We could boom. We could play Arabia style, whatever you want, man. And Daut just played.
You gotta have better scouting at the end of the day. The big advantage there was that Running had to drop that castle super prematurely in a spot he didn't want to place, and then he lost half of his fishing chips, and he wasn't able to boom, and he was distracted, and all because of a very avoidable situation where he could have just like had a villager over there with a dock, or he could have had a single fire galley, or he could have had his transport ship posted up over there, or town watch, or something along those lines.
I do love though, because I don't know if that was Daut's plan all along, but he adapted very nicely. The second he killed that scout from Running, and he had his own scout and could kind of get a feel for the situation, like not seeing an outpost, not seeing a house, realizing that maybe he won't spot me. Then he did it. So that was really nice adaptive play. That's a tough one because I would say that the longer that goes, the better it is for Daut and for Byzantines. But you can't exactly feel comfortable going forward to the Byzantine water to try and fight them with fire galleys either, right?
Yep.
But yeah. When he dropped the castle, he then had no stone for the second TC. He was panicked there, and Daut was already on the TCs. Just
all right,
super smooth.
Now we might see some monks. Burmese on Nomad. One of my favorite Nomad civs.
Burmese are really underrated.
They're so hot, dude.
And don't bring it up.
What, that they're underrated? I've been telling people Burmese have been hot on Nomad for 4 years.
If you don't know what I meant by that, that's completely fine. That's not what I meant by that.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant something else. Game 3. And Daut's got Persians. We've seen Persians in a lot of the other maps, but not necessarily for standard Nomad. Looks like there's no delay.
What was that reference? Is that like a community? Is that like a YouTube video reference?
No. The fact that you don't know makes me so happy. Why, Dave? Why would I not want you to bring up something about Burmese? How do you not remember? Burmese Franks? Petards?
Oh, yeah, but that was ages ago, dude. I don't remember all my wins against you. Like, I have no space in my head.
You don't remember the 6 wins?
Dude, I wouldn't have space in my head.
Okay.
There's too many.
Okay, got it. Well, now I had to bring it up. But yeah, Dave petarded my Castle Age TC at 98%. So, but it was a Civ win. You know, Burmese are clearly way better than Franks. This is what, like 2016, maybe?
This is a long time.
It was a long
ago,
time ago.
dude. I'm struggling to even remember the game.
Dude, I could describe it perfectly.
I can kind of remember the map.
No, if people with creative minds want me to, I could describe the angles of my walls, the placement of the castles and the TCs. There was even a little snowy patch. Oh man, I remember it all. Okay. So Running's TC is gonna go more towards the north. Next to a pond, which we've seen some players make great use of. And his docks over towards the east. And Daut's, everything's pretty close together. He's got Persians. Should be a crazy start. Dock is close by. But it might be tough for Daut to find, at least immediately, where Running's located and where Running's dock is. Because he's going to run into the landlock first.
Am I the only person that likes the snowy terrain better on like a Nomad map? I think it looks cool.
I don't know about better, but I do like the fact that we have snowy terrain.
Yeah.
So, snowy
I've
crossings
never minded like the snow at all. The snowy crossings look really cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have an issue on snow maps with my eyes after a while. So like, I totally understand why some people don't want to play with snow, but for casting, like, I have no issue with it whatsoever. It's just a little bit different there.
Okay, so let's take a look at the scouting here. Running is scouting the shorelines. He's also got a few extra sheep, although he didn't notice the boar that was right near his TC. He's got one to the north. And Daut, he's found the landlock.
And Daut has found the landlock and is actually going to send his sheep across the landlock to the other side of the water, which is kind of understandable.
Don't assume what Daut's going to do. We don't know.
It kind of seems like it. But then he doesn't have another sheep to scout where Running is actually docked, which is further along the other shoreline.
Don't assume what he's going to do. He's going at a weird angle here.
Yeah, so, like, what's the play here with Burmese? Do you play monks because you're running? Do you go Arambai? Like, I think Arambai could be.
I think you definitely go fast castle, and then whether you're playing like a forward monk siege push or a castle or whatever is all determined by where your opponent is and where your resources are, right? Like if you have to go 50 miles for stone, it's not really a thing, right? And look at the gold situation for Running. It's horrific.
Yeah, it would be horrific if he gets pressured. Like, I think being next to that pond, though, could be kind of nice. Earlier in the day, we had a set, and I just completely forget who. Well, even in the cast where we did Eli Slam, right? Some players, they're going to make 4 or 5 fish on the outside, and then they're going to expect the opponent's going to play aggressive on water, and they'll just sneak up some more fish in the middle. So, could be potential there. We also have to pay attention to see if Daut scouts that. Daut did lose his sheep near the TC of Running, so he probably assumes that's the TC.
Ooh. Daut hasn't found the gold right near his base either.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh, that could be a big deal. I mean, he'll probably find it, but like he didn't find the one to the north.
Yeah.
He didn't find that one.
If this Vil continues to loop
he
around...
also didn't find the boar, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say, if these Vils look for where the next boar is, he might run into it. Yeah, he sees the gold.
This Vil is blind, bro. This Vil can't see anything. The one to the right of him.
Yeah, and this other boar...
just like wandering around.
Super annoying to get to. But Daut's going up to his 6th fishing ship. If he was going to go fast feudal...
He can't.
He
doesn't have the food.
I think we would have seen him click. And yeah, he doesn't have the food. And he's missing this other boar.
Yep. He's missing everything with his villagers.
Yeah.
Like there was a boar on the shoreline. He walked right past. Fortunately, he did find the gold. Please tell me he's going to find... Okay. He
sees that one. He does have another one that's going to come in, but it's a long way away. Still no sight in the middle ponds. And then Running has a boar underneath his TC, and then he has another boar nearby. So that would be at least 3.
I think this is adapted fast castle here for Daut.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
I think it's just fast castle here for Running. I mean, the thing about Nomad is Daut brings in 2 boards here. The villager to the north might be a concern. The thing about Nomad is you have to adapt. You can't just have a build, right? Like you have to adapt to some extent.
And Doubtsville can be fine as long as it doesn't take any more damage. There you go.
Perfect.
So if I'd be Daut, I'd be thinking Burmese are going to want to go monks or Arambai. And obviously, if you plan around just going light cav to kill monks, and then it's Arambai, that could be kind of awkward. Doubt's in love with cav archers. Could we see him go for like fire galleys, which is wood and gold, plus CA for map control?
I think if you're gonna go fast castle, you got to get the war galley upgrade and just go fires themselves.
Yeah.
And running has actually docked that middle pond, so running's gonna take advantage of the fish, which is sick.
Nice.
I like that a lot. I think like you gotta take your advantages where you can against a player who's playing all in with, or not all in, but like early pressure in castle age. So you need to take water control, which means war galley upgrade. You kill their fish, you add in 6-7 extra fishing ships and control the water, and then just keep booming. And whatever he does, you adapt to it.
I think running just... Well, he's just adding his fishing ships now. I was thinking and if he was going to take that boar. It looked like running clicked down there to take that boar and then just walked away with her. And now I think he's going back to get her. So maybe just forgot for a second. But yeah, he's up. He's going fast castle. The plan is probably Arambai.
Yep.
And he's going to take that gold, actually.
I mean, it's the closest gold to him.
Yeah. Yeah, the other gold.
That's a huge problem. Huge problem.
And Doubt's going FC. Daut will go stable, I think. But there is... Because it's Daut, because he might think he's up against Arambai, he might think about an archery range instead of the stable here. But I think you add that later if you think you need it, instead of planning around it right now.
Has he found the dock from running?
No.
Running's like scouted the entire shoreline, so he knows basically where the dock is from Daut. It's in that corner. And Daut, yeah, hasn't seen anything. He knows about the pond.
He knows about the gold now, because he lost the sheep there.
Yeah.
But that's actually... Running's actually not mining the golds. He thought about it. I think he collected 10 gold so he could do the sell trick. So he could sell some stone and then get 91 gold back. But Daut knows about the middle pond, won't contest it. 4 fishing ships there for running. That'll be a nice little boost. And then the other fishing ships are still bringing in food too, because Daut hasn't gone for any navy yet. But he's going to do that, of course.
1 scout here for Daut. He needs the information.
So good.
That's nice.
That's so good.
Yeah. Especially if running is going for the monk approach. Like, if he's going for the castle approach, you find the vills on stone, fine. If he's going for the monk approach, that scout could be really useful later as well.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes a fire from Daut. I'd love to see another dock on the other side of the map if he's going to go into war galley upgrade and some additional fires. But, I mean, he might even be able to clear the fish from running with what he has, with just that one, if running doesn't want to invest.
I mean, if running isn't on gold, he can't really make any fires, which sucks. Like, normally you want to see 1 or 2 to be stubborn and keep your fish alive. Yeah, here comes Daut. I mean, if this scout somehow dies, huge deal. But
he's not going to. He's going to find the stone. Oh, God.
Yep, so now
nice
Daut
scouting
knows.
from Daut.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Now, he might assume
That
the gold is
so
right
good
to the
for
north
running.
of the TC.
Yeah.
But there is no gold there for running. So running is going to probably need to castle his gold. Or immediately TC one. One or the other. And dude, look at Daut. He knows it's Arambai. He goes double range. Still only 1 fire galley, which is crazy to me. But yeah, he's going to plan around Cav Archer here, which I don't hate because it's mobile like Arambai. They have a little bit more range than Arambai. I think Cav Archers can compete. So I think the Arambai...
He's never needed an excuse to go Cav Archers.
Yeah,
like,
he went Malian Cav Archers already, so... yeah. Running's probably feeling a little bit out of it now. I mean, down 2 games. I do think... I looked at Liquipedia. These guys have played each other a bunch, and like because they're both so strategic, and Daut just seems to be 1 level higher, it's never been a great matchup for Running. But let's see. Running's going to drop his castle. And he's going to drop it there. which I don't love for gold, but if he immediately TCs a gold, he could have his gold, have his wood, have his errand buy.
Yep.
And be okay. And also Doubt's fire. Dude, have we ever seen a game in this tournament so far with so little pressure on water? Doubt's fire is just
happening.
Coming back, yeah.
Absolutely nothing happening. This would be like a game in, you know, a Red Bull or something where we'd have to pretend like we're hyping it up the whole way through. And we'd be 15 minutes in and I'd be dead tired.
Castle up for running. No golden come. He's going to make a monk. And he probably wants to build his next TC on that gold. But Daut doesn't know gold is an issue for him. So he's trying to loop around. Well, actually,
he should. He
should.
Hasn't seen any that running could take. He's just being kind of baited in by this half-built TC.
Yeah.
Thinking if he could do any damage against that running. Already has looms, so he's fine. Cav archers aren't going to be able to kill those vills, and the TC will go up on both the wood and the gold over there. Daut still hasn't done anything against the fish. There still hasn't been a single kill this game.
Yep, his fire that he patrolled just ended up in the left corner for some reason. So areas to improve there, but again, he feels like that anytime you're Persians, you feel like you're going to outboom your opponent. So I like Doubt's opening here. Goes really aggressive with the CA numbers and rushes ballistics right away.
And here come the Arambai.
I think you need to conserve your mass.
From the other angle.
Oh, does Daut have loom? Daut does have loom, but these are just Arambai. And 3 snipes there from running.
They're actually hitting that.
That's sick.
My Arambai don't hit anything.
It's a skill issue.
Skill issue, yeah.
3 TC boom for running. His fish are alive. He's got wood. He's got gold. He can mass the Arambai. He does need to be more careful with his numbers. But there's a lot of pressure here from Daut. He's constantly need to reposition his units here.
You go Scorpions as well with these Arambai, like Arambai Scorp.
Yep.
It's a pretty sick combo, actually.
I don't think the Cav Archers scale super well for the Persians. So if you can be on 3 TCs and having not lost a lot of eco here, I think you're feeling pretty good. Daut could, like, if Daut just made a couple more fires and made a couple more docks, it could be 15 fishing ships for 0 right now. I guess, like, maybe 4.
It could be a huge boom.
Yeah. But they're focused.
I guess he wants to put all of his wood in gold, though. Like, he had to get ballistics, he had to keep the Cav Archer production up, but it's just, as long as he's not being attacked on water, his running comes out with that Scorpion.
That's unfortunate. He just hopped out with the Scorpion. Now he wants to save it, and he's just gonna lose. He's just gonna lose all his Arambai, trying to save his Scorpion there. Yikes!
Oh God,
that's dangerous. I mean, to go for a castle and have your units accomplish so little, is not ideal. But the Scorpions are doing a lot. The repairs are there for running. Daut's getting stubborn, and so maybe you just give up on Arambai now. Just boom, Scorpions, adapt from here.
Daut, why are we losing so much HP? That was 46 HP on those Cav Archers he gets out with. Very avoidable, but
oh God,
I mean, he's adding more fishing ships now. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, dude. Depending on which Cav Archer the boar would have attacked, Daut would have lost a unit there. I mean, res collected, people need to just remember the eco for Persians is really smooth here. So the resources collected should be higher for Persians at this stage, but the Burmese get the wood upgrades, and with the 3 town centers can catch up. The Vills still produce faster from the TCs. Oh my God, Daut.
I know. He's getting overconfident.
That's it. I mean, that's just a classic example of Daut micro right there. Like, he's literally microing. Let me describe that. He's trying to micro against ballistics when his opponent doesn't have ballistics. So he just runs right back into the shot. Like, it's so funny.
I think sometimes Daut's like he's like the older uncle that wants to pretend like he's a cool kid, you know, like he sits at the kids' table sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's a very similar situation. Like, I can dance back and forth too, but he doesn't really understand like why he's dancing. He's just like dancing.
Arambai probably shouldn't have been there. Daut's mixed in a knight for the Scorpions. Does get smashed by the Scorpions twice, but the lack of Arambai here in support's kind of an issue. Daut's knight helps him take 1 Scorpion, but running's just got enough every time just to hold. Eco's still even. Still no.
Nope, finally
Kills
went
on water.
for the extra dock, but they're just fishing closer and closer to each other. Like, Daut, running.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, at least I like how Daut is actually taking advantage of the fish and adding more now. So, and once you get to this stage, like once it's 3 town centers, usually losing the fish doesn't have like really affect your eco that much.
I wonder if they're both in the situation like these fish have been really nice for me, and if I attack him, he's gonna attack me. So as long as we're peaceful, I'm just not gonna send anything in his direction.
Yeah, could be. I think maybe the best thing for Daut to add here, and I'm sure he's not going to do this. I think for Daut, he's just going to go for pure numbers because that seems to be his strat. But a Mangonel Siege Workshop on this hill where his Cav Archers are, so he could protect that advance forward, could be really nice.
Yep.
Cav Archer running converted is going to kill the Vil there. Is Daut auto-scouting with that scout? No. Looks like he's just attacking back with it. But yeah, no bracer for Persians. They do have tanky Cav Archers. As we see another range from Daut. But dude, running's gonna have so many Scorpions.
I know.
This is just stubbornness from Daut. He just thinks the numbers are gonna matter, but for who? Also, no bloodlines is really rough.
No ballistics though for running for those Scorpions. Bloodlines coming in now for Daut, and he stacks up like that. Back up, buddy. What are we doing?
He didn't expect running to be there. He did not expect running to be there at all. He thought running would still be back home, and maybe underestimating running because he is up 2-0, and the game's Daut has looked pretty comfortable. Running snagging lots of upgrades now for the Arambai. Bloodlines, husbandry, and he's going to have a very important hill. If running had the stone for a castle right now, this would be a sick time to just come forward and drop
Siege
that.
Workshop goes up from Daut. He finally realizes what he needs. He saw the Scorpion mass. Yep. Mangonel's coming out. Running is getting redemption, so running is one step ahead of Daut.
That's smart. Now, no Sanctity, and even with Sanctity, Daut may have enough Cav Archers to just snipe those monks.
Oh my god, Daut's killing the fish from running. Never thought I'd see it.
Okay, one Fire Galley putting in work.
Unbelievable.
Lots of focus on the front here. Daut is chasing with his Cav Archers over to the left. Now, he does have a lot of vision here. He has to make a decision on how he addresses this. I think running should try and stay on the hill, personally. Hill is super valuable. It's right in between you and your opponent here, so...
Well, you can't really do too much. Like, you've already taken a look at Daut's base. You can't really do all that much damage against what you've seen. And until you get a forward siege workshop or a forward castle here, I mean, the hill is the safest position to sit. And Daut probably realizes that running would overextend himself if he pushed in. So he's going to go forward with the Cav Archers and force all this army back to try and deal with him.
See if the Arambai can get some big hits here. If they can get in close and fire... Well, the monks get sniped. But the Scorpions and the Arambai are here, and there's no bloodline. Oh, no, he does have bloodlines. But this is what Arambai can do when your units are bunched up and they get in close. That's a really good fight for running. Holy.
Harder to replace these Arambai than it is for Daut to replace the Cav Archers, though. We got 4 archer ranges building Cav Archers.
Yeah, true.
And now the pressure has gone from running. So, I mean, can he go for that forward castle anymore? Probably not.
Yeah, I think...
Can he push forward with a siege workshop or whatever? Probably not. This is going late game, and Daut still has the fish.
This gold on the right is so valuable because Daut is almost out of gold. The other gold he would have to take is the one near that hill on the front. If running outposts this or sees this or is just active in this area at all, Daut's not going to have gold. And then running needs the gold as well. I don't know if there's less gold on this map. It's probably just the way it's positioned, but running is all over his own golds and will be out of that soon too.
I feel like we might be missing a neutral or something like that. I mean, it doesn't really affect one player unevenly.
Yeah.
It's the same for both, but still.
Yeah, it feels to me like there is a gold missing based on the other games we've seen, but they've also spent a crap ton of gold here. Siege, Arambai, crazy economies here, so definitely both those golds. Daut's got the one on the right locked down now, and then the one near the battle here, really important. Redemption is in.
Your Imperial Age on the way for running.
Conversion happens for running, so he takes the Mangonel and his Scorpions can get more hits. Daut still doesn't have the gold to click up, Dave. Just recover so many cav archers.
It's brutal, but he did get that TC up over there, and he's got an outpost as well. So he'll know if running comes forward to the castle or something. He's getting the shaft, so he's going to be able to get the gold that he needs to go up. And he sells 1,000 wood, so he's going to be fine.
Yeah, so
perfectly fine.
Running a relic advantage. He'll be able to get 3 potentially if he gets the one near his walls. Imperial Age advantage. But Daut, Vil advantage, and gold control advantage. And I don't really think fish matters much more, but you know he does have that little bit of water control as well.
What civ do you like better here late game? I kind of think Persians?
I think Burmese. Both civs have bombard cannons. Burmese Halb and Skirm is probably better. They both have Hussar.
Burmese Skirm is better?
I mean, it's situational, but I mean, you get Bracer at least.
Yeah.
You know, like the Halb Hussar alone could kind of give Persians problems, right? Then you mix in the Arambai. I don't hate Persians, though. Having Siege Ram is super nice.
Trash bows are actually good against Burmese skirms, right?
Yeah, yeah,
decent,
that too.
Right?
That too. I think it's actually fairly even late game situation.
Daut,
but not if
just stop.
Not if the cav archers aren't alive.
I think the main problem here for running is that he's out of gold now. He's out.
Then he probably
one tile left.
He probably thinks he can go to the right, just unimpeded and take that, but that's not going to be the case. He's going to, try a push up through the front here. This could get really interesting really fast. If running starts to have success pushing here, but then Daut holds the gold on the right and starts to raid.
Yep.
Heavy Scorpion, dude. That is so worth it considering how Daut has played this game, right? Like, Daut was super late to Mangonels. He doesn't seem to have an issue flirting with the idea of attacking the Scorpions. So, Heavy Scorpion. I don't know if Burmese get Siege Engineers, but if they do, it could be a really nice play.
They do. Yep.
Nice.
I had to check.
All right. Treb's
Monk
coming out
Tex,
from running.
Heavy Scorp, Arambai, Treb's behind, but gold is almost completely done. It's 150 gold left for running, and he tries to TC the right side. He just assumed it would be okay.
Yep. No outpost.
Assumed it would be okay, and Daut is already there, and now running is probably like, oh crap, I'm in a way worse position than I thought I was.
What's kind of funny, though, is he can just garrison his TC, and then Daut can't take that gold for at least a little while. He hasn't noticed. And then Daut's going to get pushed off the other gold, potentially.
Daut also got killed trying to come back with a relic from running space near that TC on the right.
Yeah, okay. Trebs need to be repaired by running here. He's firing uphill. Daut's doing what he can to hold. Basically, this is holding gold control for Daut. The longer he can hold this hill, the better it is. Running has to keep those Scorpions by the Trebs in case anything dives. Daut is making bombard cannons, which could be so tough for running Trebs and the Scorpions. Patience from Daut. He won't be able to take the gold on the right either, man. So 1 on gold for Daut.
Yep.
And 0 on gold for running.
0 on gold for running. That's insane.
What
and 2 relics for both.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. Running's got to be careful here. The Arambai clearly just weren't on stand grounds. Daut's bombard cannon out. Redemption is in from before. But I don't know if block printing's in. It is to potentially convert the cannons. But then there's the CA. There's so much to pay attention to. Treb down. A lot of Trebs for running, though.
You cannot afford to lose these bombard cannons if you're Daut. Like, you can't afford to lose. They're way too expensive. He's been selling food. He's been selling wood. And the wood price is at the basement. The food price is still reasonable. But it's not going to be that way for very long.
The fact that Daut has stone right now is crazy good. Because he can repair for a really long time. And he sniped Trebs. He's going to try and take the monks with the CA. He does lose a bombard cannon. But Daut's still holding. He does have a Treb on the right. Running does not. So Daut will take that gold back. Daut's got a
and
crazy
he's going to hold
economy.
the other gold too. Yeah. The wood and food in the bank frame is insane, honestly.
And straight light cav is probably enough to make a big impact here, right? There's no pikes. Or sorry, there's only a couple pikes. Running is sending everything he can to just take this castle down. He knows he's going to lose the other side. Daut just refuses to budge. 800 stone now. Crazy. And the CA hop out again. He's going to snipe the monks. And if he snipes the monks, then the Balbar Cannon can take the Scorpions and the Trebs. And the GG's called.
GG.
Daut wins. Did feel like Daut was a kind of a step ahead the entire series. But this game had more potential than any other game for running, honestly. I think the big thing for me was just recognition of where to take gold once he ran out.
On the right.
Yep.
Yeah, the gold on the right. He needed to secure that. You can't just have, faith-based system that your gold is always going to be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe he assumed there was an extra pile. I'd be interested to look at that because there was only 4 piles here, I think.
Yeah, I think
that's on the entire map.
That's something that is probably like it's not reworthy because it was a fair game and whatever else, but that's something that shouldn't be. I think it's supposed to be 6 or 7.
Normal, yeah.
So we'll look at that. But
I mean, it's definitely not like both of them had bad golds on either side. They weren't close.
With a possibility of a million generations from the same script, sometimes things just happen. But listen, I like having watched both these players up until this point, I had all faith in the world Daut was going to win here. He's been really good this tournament. Honestly, it was kind of a little bit of a sloppy series from him potentially as well by the very high standards we have for him. But he wins. Running goes down. Daut, I think, moves on against Leary next, which is a crazy series. Like, because Leary's looked really good. And we know Daut's going to be cooking up some strats because he's not going to want to play the same type of game against Leary every time. Like, he's not going to want the galley wars or expect.
Daut has a good matchup against Leary, remember. He does pretty good against Leary.
Yep.
As weird as that sounds, because they're complete opposites in terms of gameplay, but Daut's style matches up really well against him. I don't think he has any problems